Meghan didn't even give the food after McConaughey exposed her trip to Uvalde. On May 24, debate erupted on social media over Meghan Markle's visit to Uvalde, Texas. Before killing himself, 18-year-old Salvador Ramos shot and murdered 19 students and 2 teachers at Uvalde's Robb Elementary School. Michael traveled to the Texas town to visit the shrines for the 21 victims of the massacre as well as to give food and blood. While some denounced it as a publicity gimmick, many applauded her. Horrible as hell, she seems to have stayed at the monument to look at her own video. Quality posed photographs need setup, and the BTS images that were shared by others demonstrate that she was definitely working with the photographer and double-checking the shots. Impressed was McConaughey. For a picture op, Meghan used his bereaved hometown. Being a non-journalist, Meghan was the first celebrity present. On May 27, Meghan arrived in the afternoon, and McConaughey arrived the same day. If their trips had coincided, she would have remained. Matthew hesitated to speak, but he did so nevertheless. He made it apparent that, at all times, he was there for the victims and their families, not for himself. Meghan was attempting to convince others to tell the media that they had seen her and talked to her, but they didn't know who she was. That could be true, but it didn't mean she belonged there, especially at such an early stage. Having grown up in Uvalde for a portion of his childhood, Matthew McConaughey and his spouse visited homes door-to-door to establish a genuine connection. Since then, he has refrained from using his wealth and notoriety to call the media every 2 minutes in an attempt to stop anything similar from happening in the future. Meanwhile, Harry and Meghan have chucked a few dollars at a playground, and you just know they're not going to shut up about it now it comes out that Meghan didn't even donate the food. A source spills the tea on Reddit. It said, "I was visiting recently with one of the other nurses who also went to Uvalde, Texas, following the school shootings. We talked about our experiences in light of the tragedy, and in the midst of all the raw grief how the Markle circus came to town. I was busy staffing a shift at Uvalde Memorial Hospital on May the 27th when I heard the narcissist of Moncito came in with a bodyguard photographer and the Netflix crew would travel quickly that this royal visitor only wanted to help the hurt children by taking photos with them and a few videos. It wouldn't take long." She added what Meghan didn't plan on when she decided to mark all the children and families of Uvalde is that Texans, unlike her spy and the spouse, have no problems telling her no. The Texas Highway Patrol providing security at the hospital escorted Meghan and a troop out with the suggestion that if she wanted to help she could go donate blood, with directions to the senior center. Onwards the circus went to Robb Elementary so photos could be taken of Meghan and mourning. She was in the middle of the most horrifying event that could have happened, and Uvalde is a tiny town with a strong feeling of family. The nurse proceeded, and after obtaining her images and labeling them as an ego profiteer, she went on to the Herbie Ham Senior Center to assist. She was certainly not going to give blood. Meghan was in need of additional pictures. How about we pretend she brought an endless supply of cheesy goodies, even if she didn't actually bring any platters of sandwiches? Merely 3 little sandwiches from a vending machine that were thrown out. South Texas Blood provided the refreshments and chips to its donors. She said, "At least Meghan didn't manage to get selfies with injured and traumatized children and parents, so while you've already got marked, I know I get the Doritos nacho cheese."